KBOB.com. Also, get tickets at Ralph's Menswear, Starship Music, and the KBOB 89.9 studios. Don't miss the Funkified experience. Live. Portions of the proceeds benefit the Juice Radio Show. Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to cover the important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. This is Whirlwind Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Whirlwind Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media network.
Also, comedian LaVelle Crawford is coming to the 36-week North Division. Find out how you can purchase your ticket.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are, will you see Washington Morning is the new head football coach? Find out who. And a blizzard in California and Nevada. Let's talk about it. And Super Tuesday results. Where are we? Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here. KBOB 89.9 FM, Simulcast. News You Can Use media network.
Edgerec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At Edgerec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at Edgerec, please visit our website, www.edgerectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-420-3947.
Cannot hear the show. Cannot hear the show.
Gotta debate that.
Cannot hear the show.
Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special class interviews spotlighting local businesses to cover important issues within the community no one else is talking about. Even audio glitches don't stop this show. This is World One Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper, and the lovely Miss Damali Wilson.
Yay, we're back. We got it fixed. Thank goodness. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, catching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, March 6, 2024. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mama and tell them. You can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
On today's show, the police report with Lieutenant DeLauren Sanders, and the topic, all things parents should know and do to encourage school safety with their children.
Yep. Also, comedian Lavelle Crawford is coming to the 36th Street North Event Center. Find out how you can get your tickets.
And of course, our Hump Day Hot Topics, which are high school gets a new head coach. Find out who. And a blizzard in California and Nevada. Let's talk about it. And of course, Super Tuesday results. Where are we? Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. And we're going to keep it rolling, y'all. Damali?
Yes.
We got some technical difficulties, but you know what happens?
What's
it's
that?
something with the solar eclipse.
Oh,
you know
God,
what I'm
here we
talking about?
go.
I seen it last night. You see how crazy this weather been? It's
Yeah,
been like
that's true.
80 degrees.
Yeah.
Then it's 30 degrees. I don't know what's going on, but you look awesome. How you feeling today?
Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. This weather's got me all jacked up. And
Just a
my
little bit.
allergies going, and but hey, that don't stop the show. We're going to keep it going.
You know what I did today?
What is
I
it?
skipped. I went back to back in the day like I used to do it. I didn't even look at the weather last night. I stuck my arm outside. You ain't never did that back in the day?
Yes,
Y'all didn't do that in
yes,
Oklahoma
you
City and
could-
Arkansas.
no,
If
no,
you want
we
to know how
did
to
that.
dress, you
Yeah.
stick your hand outside the window.
Yeah.
Then your
And be
grandma
like-
say, put on a sweater today,
Yeah.
baby. Put on your sweater. I don't have no problem with it.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
we are back.
Yes. So we had a great weekend this weekend. Just actually, we didn't have an opportunity to, we didn't have anything that we needed to do. We
Right,
just actually
right,
were
right.
able to hang out at the house, do laundry, clean up. That never happens. Never happens. So, but this is World One Development's News You Can Use. And the whole thing about World One Development is it's about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community, because there are many great things happening in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
Yep, y'all. I hope we got them technical difficulties together going
Yes.
on. And if so, I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fund Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One development with an emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
So we back in here, Damali.
We back in here, right? We are back on, getting it going on because technical difficulties always just kind of throw you off.
People don't know our job.
No.
People think we just roll up, everything just cool. Charles, you done shaved up your beard. Damali done got them hot curling irons and did that hair and all that. It don't always work out like
Nope.
that, y'all. We just work up ready to roll and got to understand that life in 2024, you got to be flexible.
Yes.
You got to be fluid.
Exactly.
And you got to be ready, because you know what my motto is?
Yeah.
Stay ready so I don't have to get ready. What
Absolutely,
about you?
absolutely. And so we was ready, so whatever happens, happens.
Hey,
We
just
just gonna
like
roll
that.
with it. So you know what? Today we want to give a huge congratulations to one of my favorite people.
Yes.
She actually goes to our church, and we've been on the airwaves for the last couple of weeks saying you guys should go and vote for her.
Right.
Because she was running for Miss Inside, Miss Outside for high school basketball.
Right.
Well, guess what?
What?
The results came in, and Mia Adams actually won.
Shout out to Mia Adams.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations. She actually is a basketball player at Holland Hall.
Right.
And so our church, we did a campaign and we were putting it out there saying, everybody go vote. You can vote on multiple devices, vote as many times as you want, you have to do it one time per day on all of your devices, but she actually won.
You know what I just decided?
What's that?
I want to have a showdown with her now.
Uh-oh.
Because I ain't going through the best. I used to hoop back in the day.
You got your Bengay ready?
Ooh, I know that. And some icy
you
hot
thought about
and
it,
all
didn't you?
kind of stuff. Yeah, let me get my knee pads out.
Right.
And all kind of
Because
stuff.
you don't want to
So,
mess with Mia. She's pretty tough.
Congratulations. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Man, we love to see kids in our community doing great things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to jump off into our Black History trivia so we can kind of get back on the go.
Let's do it.
Black History trivia. Who was the first African American law enforcement officer in the United States? Was it A, William Lindsay? Was it B, Robert William Stewart? Was it C, Samuel J. Battle? Or was it D, William Johnson?
Hey, y'all be Googling. I know the answer. Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders. What you say now? Wait a minute. Say the
We're
question.
gonna do it again.
This is the one I got confused. Because
Okay, no,
if
yeah,
say
you are
the best
confused.
community. I got
Yeah,
it.
no.
Y'all listen up one more time.
One more time. Who was the first African American law enforcement officer in the United States? Was it A, William B. Lindsay? Was it B, Robert William Stewart? Was it C, Samuel J. Battle? Or was it D, William Johnson?
Go ahead, JB Smooth.
I can tell you right now, it ain't Samuel J. Battle, because each one of these other brothers had their name William in it. So I'm gonna narrow it down
You going
to
with-
three of them.
Okay.
One
what
of
you got?
three. So when you can't answer for C, if C is not the answer,
Right.
Uh-huh.
then you always go with A.
Go with A?
That's my logic
so JB
on that.
says A. Okay.
I'm gonna go with William
Whatever.
Lindsay. William B. Lindsay.
Okay.
That's
Does
my
it-
guess. That's a guess.
That's a guess. Okay. What you got?
I'm gonna do this first because some answers are coming in.
Oh,
so
we got some answers?
man, we got hundreds of secret listeners
so-
in here.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know
secret
why.
listeners, we
I
see
don't know
y'all.
who, and I don't know where. But welcome to the show. But I'm gonna do a quick shout out to Keon Johnson
Hey,
tuning
Keon.
in from Oklahoma City. Jeremiah Blackwell, he tuning in from Mississippi. We call him Maestro Sigalo. He said, "What's up, family?"
Hey.
Your mom, my mom is
Hey,
on.
mommy.
Tracy Manning Gibbs is on here
Hey,
over there at
sis.
Gibbs Shopping Center. And we got AJ Johnson.
Hey, AJ.
Down there in the J-Bone
What's
Lounge,
happening?
Mr. Energizer. He tuning in from that outside of Little Rock. Uncle Brian is in the building, y'all.
Hey, Uncle Brian.
We got Nehemiah Franks, man.
Hey, Nehemiah.
Black Wall
What's
Street
happening,
Times
brother?
doing big things as always. Kathy High. Welcome to the
hi,
show.
Kathy.
She's in the building. Darius Warner tuning in from
Hey,
OKC.
Darius. How
He's
are
in the
you?
building. Perry Harding, you know what time it is now.
Hey, Perry.
Get some bass in your face,
Yes.
y'all. You already know what time it is. And many, many more. I'm going to get back, but we trying to play catch up a little bit. I just want to let y'all know we showing some love. Now, back to my answer of the Black History
He just
Trivia.
did that because he was stuck.
I was thinking, doing the process of elimination, but my answer is C because I absolutely don't know. If it wasn't Lieutenant Lawrence Sanders, then I don't know.
All right, cool. All right, well, at least you're honest about it. But, this kind of trips me out because all of these, did you notice how they gave your entire government
But
name?
wait a minute. I'm feeling better. Jeremiah Blackwell said C.
Yeah, I got Jeremiah.
Tracy Manning said A.
Yep.
Mr. AJ said D.
Yep.
What did JB say?
JB said A.
JB said A.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to see. We're going to see.
We're going to see what our other guests, we're going to let them weigh in, too.
Angie Dixon Walker, welcome to the show.
Hey, sis.
Know about Angie, you're going to find out. We'll tell you a little bit more about her a little bit later.
Yeah, a little bit later. All right, so it is time. You guys know what it is.
Man.
It's the first Wednesday of the month.
Yes, it is.
And on the first Wednesday of the month, what happens?
You already know.
That's the sound of the police.
And now it's time for the police report. The police report on news you can use with TBD officer and Lieutenant Damali Sanders.
I love it. That car wreck at the end.
Man, to be honest,
scares me.
I thought that was a real accident. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you get scared? I got
forgot.
scared too.
You know how a movie come on?
Like, yeah.
It's been a lot going on this week. So hey, it's nothing like having a police report, man. For the people that don't know, we've been on this show for 4 years, and Lieutenant Lawrence Sanders been with us for 4 years. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. How has it been since we seen you last time?
I've been real busy, but
Busy as always.
But hey,
Yeah.
I'm loving what I'm doing.
Yes,
Loving
that's
what I'm
awesome.
doing.
That is awesome. So today we want to just jump right into school safety.
Man.
That's been an issue, and we've been talking about it, and parents are freaking out about it, primarily because it just seems like nowadays we live in a society where really no place is safe.
It's been a lot.
A lot going on, a lot happening. And so I found an article that talks about basically 6 rules for school safety. And we just want to kind of unpack those with our community police officer to see what he kind of thinks about those and how those will relate and translate to our community. So one of the number 1 rules that they say is learn your school's emergency procedures.
Man.
That's a good way.
That's the top one?
That's number 1.
That's it. Did you know
number
your
1.
kid's safety?
I did not.
I
Not one.
did.
My emergency procedure was if something happened, I'm coming up there and picking you up and we going home.
See, that's the problem right there. See that? That's how it is. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Give me my gat. I'm going to get my baby. See, you can't do that.
I'm going to pick them up.
But
Let's go.
when you said that, I was thinking that does make sense. So now instead of doing that, you know what you're doing. You know what's going on. And you may feel a little bit better about the school and your kid at the time if you do know the protocol.
Right. Right. So, Lieutenant Sanders, what do you think about that as far as school emergency procedure? Do you think that kind of plays a role in it and that would help alleviate some of the stress that we have as parents?
Yeah, we'll. But, since most of the time, most schools now got their own police and security.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
They usually send out information to the parents on what their procedures are.
Right.
But sometimes, we as parents don't read them.
He talking to me and you.
Yeah, I know. I can't even
He
say
doing
that.
like
I put my head
they
down.
normally
Like,
send it out to
Yeah.
y'all. He really said Charles and Damali, but he said it to them. I appreciate the love.
Sometimes, and also, they drill certain things into the students if they listen to us for emergency stuff, especially for a big disaster, anything like that. But that's a part of it. But I think the parent and the child should have some of their own procedures set up.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like that.
And the only thing I remember from school, I definitely remember the fire drills.
Oh, yes,
Because
for
you would
sure.
have that,
Yeah.
everybody go
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
and do that. The tornado drills, which
Yep.
would scare you
Get
to
down and
death.
put your
Get
head,
on the
yeah.
desk, go in the hallway. See, I was reading a little bit.
Paying attention.
But see, the thing about it in our community, when somebody say tornado, what's the first thing we do? Run to the window and look.
Yeah, we're going to see.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with
what's
that? And the kids probably trying to do the same thing, but that's a good one. What's the next thing they say that we need to be
So the
aware of?
number 2 thing is no travel routes to and from the school. And I think we talked about this before. So do you think that that's pretty important?
Yes, especially when you're dealing with the younger, like the junior high kids that still walking to school, and some kids that's having elementary school kids. Yeah, you need to know which direction they're walking every day,
Right.
and make sure drill in their head. This is the way I want you to go every day.
Right.
Unless if something's going to change, I need to know about it.
Yeah, let me ask this, because you deal with schools a lot. Why is it that so many kids are trying to bring like guns and stuff like that to school every day? Are they fearful of something? Is it just a gangster thing? What is this thing with school and guns now with kids?
Some of us fear, and some of us they just want to say they got a gun. It depends on the individual. But one thing that we got to worry about now is these kids are starting to vape, do vaping,
wow.
and they're starting to bring that to school. And sometimes you can mix that vaping up with some type of drugs, like crushed up drugs, like fentanyl, stuff like that.
Oh,
We've been
wow.
having problems now with students getting sick
What?
at school, and we don't know what's wrong. We had to figure out what's wrong with it. Done took something with a friend or sharing medications from friends and stuff
Right.
like that. That's our problem now is kids are getting sick during lunchtime, first thing in the morning when they get there.
Oh, wow.
And we got to call IMSA for them because we don't know what's wrong with them.
Right.
Man, JB, you still got kids in school?
Yes, I do.
What you think about all this?
I think I was talking to a gentleman this morning who's actually a substitute teacher, and he said they've made it really hard to just get inside of schools now. So he thinks security is a lot better than what it used to be.
Will you agree with that, Lieutenant Sanders?
Yeah, they got to check the bags. Especially in high school, they got tables up set up where you got to look through the bags.
Wow.
And some of them even say you have to have a clear bag. You got a few that still let them bring book bags that's not clear, but most of them got to have clear bags.
Yeah.
Also, we have kids now. They like to do these door dashes where they get their lunches. Stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We don't let the door dash. Well, the school that I be at all the time, don't let the door dash person come into the school. They got a special hallway spot where they drop it off, and then we can let the kids step out the door to get it as far as they can go.
Yeah, let me do some.
It's crazy. Like a lot of this stuff. I'm sitting up here listening to
It's a
this, and I'm
different
like,
world.
we never even thought about this stuff when we were in school.
It's a different world. Let me do some quick shout outs. We have a lot of listeners on. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us today. We got Franchetta Mays.
Hey,
Welcome to the
Franchetta,
show.
how are
Winnie
you?
Friend. I think that's your cousin.
Yes,
Welcome
hey,
to
hey,
the
hey.
show. And Crash. I'm not even going to say his government name.
Okay.
Jermaine Barnes. He's in here. Elvis Stewart tuning in from Little Rock. Welcome
Yes.
to the show. We're talking about trying to keep kids safe in school because there's just been so much going on, whether it's guns, whether it's drugs, whether it's whatever it is. Whether it's the mama with the bonnet on, with the slippers on that got mad because the
I
kid wasn't
think
doing right.
You know what? I
The
think that's
scariest
the least of your
thing
worries.
when we was little, the scariest thing that ever happened was your mama having on her
That
bonnet
part.
and her nightgown and her house shoes.
Right, come
come
up
to
to
school.
school.
That was your biggest fear.
Man.
Because if you sitting there, don't let Big Mama come.
Right.
Big Mama come gonna be slanging everybody around. Oh, okay,
Right.
I'm back focused. So, but did your mom ever come to school?
Oh yeah.
Well, didn't it? Was that not the scariest?
Listen, I came from the age when you got paddles, got
That's what I'm
swats.
saying.
And they would ask you, do you want to get a SWAT or do you want me to call your mama? I take SWATs for 200, please.
Man,
Because I don't call her up here. Because I know I'm going to get it in front of everybody. She don't care.
it's
Now, see,
illegal.
now you can't do that now.
It's illegal to SWAT now.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't SWAT them at school. You can't
No.
whoop them at home.
You can't pray.
You can't.
You
You
know,
can't
just
even pray.
You can't even pray. Yeah,
Lieutenant Sanders, I'm just gonna say, do you think? And if you have to plead the fifth, that's fine. Do you think getting that little pallet at home, and then that would just be a warm up before you get back home,
Right.
and prayer and some? Do you think that has changed the dynamics of schools? Not just having that coach or that certain teacher that knew how to slang it with them holes in
Mr.
the pallet.
McGowan, honey.
See,
Mr.
you already
McGowan.
know. Coach Perkins for me.
Yeah, I think discipline is a big part of it. And then you also have those parents that no matter what their kid did wrong, they still gonna come up and argue with the teacher.
Oh, wow.
Man.
And,
Yeah.
instead of dealing with the parent, dealing with the child.
Right.
You say, I wish my parents want to come up to the school, but there's a lot of parents these days. They're gonna come up there and act crazy with the principal and
Man,
instead of
for
dealing
real?
with the child. Yes. Now realize what the child did. Then take the kid out of school. I'm taking them with me like you hurting the school, you're hurting the child.
Yeah.
Especially the child is give us a lot of trouble. And then you say, I'm taking them out of here. I'm taking them out of here. I ain't bringing them back. Do you think the teachers care about you doing that? They be like, oh, then thank you. Then we can have a peaceful day today. Then.
Right.
But so sometimes you got to watch that. But yeah, discipline is a big part of it, and the child need to know that the parent is going to hold them accountable if they're acting up at school.
Yeah. Yes. And the last one that I wanted to talk about, according to this list, was talk to your child about safety, period.
Right.
I think we've touched on that a lot, and you know, a lot of it we've talked about how we as parents need to do our job at home first, you know, and before we
Right.
send our kids out into the world. So I think this is a perfect one. What do you think about that, Lieutenant Sanders?
I think you always got to have some rules that
Right.
talk about safety. You know, when my kids were going to school, I always say, do not take any kind of medication. They got it
Hold on, let's-
from nobody. You sick, you go to the nurse office.
Hold on, Lieutenant. Let JB put the camera. I don't want, because my voice,
Yeah.
I got a good voice, but I don't want
Yeah.
them to think I'm the police. I'm not the
Okay, I
police.
understand that.
Okay.
You know,
Go ahead.
You know, just don't be taking stuff like that. you know.
Right.
Right.
Also, you know, if I bought you a car, everybody's not riding in that car.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe your best friend, but we're not gonna be. You're not the taxi
Not the
cab,
exactly.
Right.
and we ain't going all. This is what we're going, A and B. You know, you got football, basketball practice. What we going? When practice over with, you might can stop and get you something to eat. If not, come on straight home.
Right.
You know, I even had a driving route for my daughter. You know, when she first started driving, I said, you can't get on the expressway. Go straight down Harvard,
Yeah.
all the way till you get to the north side. Then one day I finally kind of come down the wrong street, coming into my driveway, and I said, wait a minute, you didn't get on expressway. You didn't get on Harvard.
Right.
Oh, I got enough carriers, but I didn't tell you to go that way.
Yeah.
You know,
And I can tell you what's scary to me. I don't know about y'all, but man, my daughter, I was driving her to her location one day, and she looked at her phone, and like all of her friends' location was on her phone.
Oh God.
It's like they know where they know where all their friends are. Like, oh, she at the mall and she's still at home, and do y'all not think that's kind
well,
of
I was going to suggest that you put a tracking on your kid's phone when they
Right.
go to school, even when they're going places, so you know where they at also as a parent. But you got to make sure they don't turn. Sometimes the kids know how to turn it off when they.
Oh
want to
yeah,
go
they know
somewhere.
more about stuff than you do. Yeah.
And then when they turn it off, you need to check them and let them know, hey, I know you turned that off. Where'd you go?
Yes.
Man.
Are when you say, you know, teach them a route, do you worry about that maybe somebody else is watching the route and know that that's what they're going to be doing?
Well, I just want to be able to know. When I teach them that, I don't worry about that much.
Uh-huh.
I just worry about the car stop on them or something
Right.
like that.
You know where to find them.
I know how to go find them. You know.
Right.
You know, because I know which way I told them to go. So if I have to go that way, you know, and if they don't make contact with me, and if I had to go searching, I'm gonna start that way first. you
Right,
know.
because that's the route that you
Yeah.
guys practice.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. I mean, that makes perfect
Right, I'm gonna want to do some real quick shout outs, man. Your cousin, when she said, yep, afraid of mom to come, but terrified of dad if he had to come.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that's what your cousin said a little earlier. I just want to put that out. Lamar Powell, St. Louis, welcome to the show. He's in the
Hey,
building.
hey.
He said Polo Powell is in the house all the way from St. Louis. Blue Fire, that's for me. Don't worry about you. Know. She said love us. You know.
Yes.
The music means we're gonna have to take a real quick break. Lieutenant Sanders is gonna stay here, but we got another special guest.
Yes.
Because we feel like, man, media and communication is critically important.
Absolutely, and especially in our community.
And we got a special guest, and right here on Greenwood, home of Black Wall Street, we got somebody that keeps us plugged in, but he gonna give you the latest for 2024 on what's going on in his world. This is KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development, news you can use. Charles and Damali, we coming back with our special friend, our special guest, Mr. Gary Lee, the Oklahoma. Y'all hang in there.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
KBOB 89.9 FM and the 36th Street North Event Center presents a funkified experience starring Bobby Eaton and Trey Eaton and their brand new band, the Eaton Out Band. Step out in style. Yeah, you know how grown folks do it. 36th Street North. And get ready for a show you don't want to miss. A funkified experience starring the Eaton Out Band with vocalist K-Ron Hall, Cinder Rose, Jay Friday, and Carmen Todd. The Eaton Out Band, Saturday night, April 6th at 7 p.m. It's gonna get funky. Hold up, player. What you mean? I need to bring a can of Lysol? No, man. And you know Bobby Eaton is bringing the funk, the whole funk, and nothing but the funk on stage with this 12-piece band. And you ain't never seen it like this, because it's their first time on stage together. So now you know, Saturday, April 6th, get ready to party and dance with the Eating Out Band live in concert. VIP tickets and tables are available online at 918funk.eventbrite.com. Also, get tickets at Ralph's Menswear, Starship Music, and the KBOB 89.9 studio. Don't miss the Funkified experience. Live. Portions of the proceeds benefit the Juice Radio Show.
Drop the beat, Damali. Hey, I ain't gonna do y'all like that today. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back, and if you guys missed the information that was provided to us by Lieutenant DeLauren Sanders, then make sure that you, one, watch the video, but then two, share the video, because there may be some information in here that somebody needs. Don't just keep it and hoard it for yourselves. Now we're going to pivot just a little bit and talk to another special guest that we actually have in studio. Charles, who do we have?
Man, we have the world famous, none other than Mr. Gary Lee. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you, and I'm great. I'm glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
Yes.
And I haven't seen you yet, so Happy New Year to you.
Exactly.
And same to the two of you.
Likewise. So we got people tuning in from all over the world. Welcome to the show, B. DeVille.
Hey,
She's on there.
hey,
Welcome
how
to the
you
show.
doing?
Miss Penn, welcome to the show. So tell all these loyal listeners all around the world just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so before I start talking about myself, let me say this. Let me thank the two of you, Charles and Damali, for having me on here. I really appreciate what you do, because we're all in the news business, and I like your mission and the way that you go about it. And today was another reminder to me that you really you're true to your mission, in that you give people news that they can use, because you always tell me something. I'm in the news business, but you always tell me something I didn't know that I can use. So I already found that out also from Lieutenant Sanders, so thank you for that. So I'm managing editor of the Oklahoma Eagle. The Oklahoma Eagle, some of you listening may have grown up on it like I did. Some of you may never have seen it or don't even care about it like that. But I'm here to talk a little bit about the Eagle and to kind of get closer to our readers and make the case that you should be reading us if you're not, or reading us more closely if you are.
Right.
So what the Oklahoma Eagle tries to do, we're a weekly newspaper, and we are both a print and a digital paper, so you can find us at different parts of Tulsa. You can also subscribe, or you can find us at theokeagle.com.
Right.
That's the website. What we try to do, we also try to bring you news that you can use, but we try to do that probably in a little bit more depth. So we're a weekly newspaper. We report on issues, topics, and personalities that we think are, and we think that you think would be of interest. And I'll just give you a couple of examples. I even brought some papers for some of the personalities we featured. For example, I got a paper here we did a few months ago about Ernie Fields, who was the jazz icon. His daughter Carmen wrote a biography of him, a wonderful biography, and he's an Oklahoman who was a real player in the big band music movement back in the 50s. We did a feature about Tracy Manuel, who was Oklahoma's Teacher of the Year. We had that big paper and did a long interview with her and did a feature about it. Fairly recently, we did a paper. This was centered around MLK Day, where we decided to go to different people around Tulsa, including the very famous Bishop Cooper, and ask them, how would MLK advise us to face today's challenges? So we did different perspectives on answering that question. As I said, we try to go a little bit more in depth than maybe your typical publication might do, and also to very much engage with the community. So like I said, some of you may have grown up reading the Eagle, but even if you did, we're not your father's newspaper. We try to keep it up to date. We are aware, just like Charles and Damali are, they'd have to mix it up both
Right.
with the news and the way you present it. So we are currently engaged in something called the Ecosystem Engagement Project.
Yes.
And what that does is to kind of look at our readership and try to determine some things. One, are you reading us? Two, are we telling you the things that are of interest to you? Three, how can we better deliver that news in a way that it responds to your interests? So we are engaged in this because we don't want to just be throwing stuff out there that we think is interesting.
Right.
We want to be providing stuff that you find helpful to you in your lives. Like, so we've got if you look on our website, we've got more information about this ecosystem engagement project, and there is an email address, trustingnews at theokeagle.com.
One more time.
Trustingnews at theokeagle.com. So if you look at our website, or even if you don't, if you have some ideas about articles or how we could present ourselves better, we want to hear from you. And that's what the message that I want to deliver. We want to be a paper that people are engaged with. You don't have to like us, but we want to inspire you to think about issues that are going on in the community and even nationally. So this is, let me add, this is an election year, and I know Charles and Damali want to talk about, Super Tuesday and all that kind of stuff. And we are aware that wherever you are in the political spectrum, that what's going on in politics are of interest to you,
Right.
and you will be better off if you are informed about it. So we try to bring you that information both about local candidates and regional, national candidates. Let me mention just one other thing. This is just giving you an example of how we try to do a take on the news. And that, so many of you may have heard that very recently Juneau, the healthcare
Yeah.
clinic down
Yes.
on Greenwood, closed down, and that was very unfortunate. And so what we tried to do is to, and I just finished writing a story. It's going to be coming up on our website and in the paper this week, is to say, okay, so where does that leave North Tulsa people?
Right.
Where does that leave black people for their health? Because there are other facilities, but are they really serving our community well?
Right.
And because Juneau, in fact, even in their 6 months that they were here, they were doing something that was a little bit different. They would see people quickly. They were
Right.
doing it relatively affordable in that way.
Right.
So we try to raise the question, okay, we already know that our community has pretty significant healthcare needs.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so we raise the question, okay, how are these being addressed? How can they be better addressed? So you can look for that article coming up in the paper. Look at that.
I'm
That's
happy to
awesome.
see that too. And
Yeah.
thanks for all that information. You talking about loading up some meat. He didn't
Yes.
leave no fat on that bone.
Right.
That was all meat. Welcome to the
Absolutely.
show, Mr. Eli Grayson. We all know he's a great historian
Yes.
to all of us. And welcome to the show. Minnie Bear from Arkansas and
Hey, hey,
Christy
hey.
Alexander
Can I
Summers.
ask one
Go ahead.
question? How long has the Eagle been in operation?
So the Eagle has been in operation more than 100 years.
Yes.
The Eagle was preceded by something called the Tulsa Star,
Yes.
which was in the 19 teens, and the owner of the Star, who was very active in the community, was run out of town around the race massacre, and the Eagle essentially a couple of years after took over that operation that the Star was doing. So, and it has been in the same family, the Goodwin family. Most of y'all
Shout
really
out to the
know
Goodwin
Yes.
most of
family.
the Goodwins in that family for over 80 years. My boss, who's the publisher, Jim Goodwin, has been publisher for about 40 years.
Wow.
Very well-known attorney here. But like I said, even though we are probably, I think, the only or one of only a couple of businesses that existed during the time of the race massacre that are continuously existing in the community.
And are you guys still in the same building?
No, the building that we were in before was actually on Greenwood. We're now just off the corner of Archer and Greenwood, just behind the Greenwood Rising building.
So that's not the original building.
That's
that
not
you
the
guys were
original
in.
building, but we've been in that building for a long time. But let me add this, and I'm grateful for the question. We, like I said, even though we've been around for a long time, in the news business, you got to mix it up. A lot of people in the old day, as a kid growing up in North Tulsa, I used to wait for the Eagle paper boy to come bring the paper. And very few people are actually reading the print paper. They're looking online, they're reading digital. And so we're aware of that. And we're aware of trying to also understanding that a lot of our younger readers are not interested in the kind of news that the older generation of readers are interested in. So
Right.
we try to mix it up. you know.
Yes.
Which is
yes.
which is really really good. Welcome to the show, Christy Alexander, Brandy Nicole,
Hello,
Armetta,
hello.
Lynette, Wes Harris, Lonzel King,
Hello.
and then your mama said she delivered the paper as a kid on Greenwood.
Yes.
Your mom.
Yes.
Man,
yeah,
isn't that
absolutely.
something?
Yeah. So I want to ask, I hear you say that, you guys are trying to move into the digital age. Where can, if I wanted to read the paper, where can I find that at? And then are you guys on social media at all?
We are, and thank you for asking that, Damali, because I know you be on social media all day.
That part.
So you can find us. We have a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram page. The Facebook page, you can Google it, Oklahoma Eagles. Just go to Facebook. We are at various, I think maybe 50 different locations around Tulsa that you can pick up the paper, and we will include a list of those places in the upcoming paper. You can also drop by the Eagle office. I just mentioned that we're on Archer, just behind Greenwood Rising, and if there are issues that you are interested in or papers that you heard about, you can pick them up at the paper. I can tell you, for instance, I'm making plans to do a feature article about Bobby Eaton's new band.
Yeah, come
And I
on.
know a lot of y'all gonna want that paper.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
First of all, Bobby himself is gonna want that paper. So, but you can also, the easiest way for you to access us would be to go online, theokeagle.com, and pretty much all our material, including archive stuff, is reachable there.
Now, most news publications that are gone digital or online are charging for subscription. Is that subscription based or is that free?
It's at the moment it's free, and it's going to be because at the moment we are more interested in bringing in readers, new readers, so it's going to be free. So jump on in there while it's free, because when we start charging, you will be able to get a discount if you're already part of our readership.
Oh, well, I'm signing up today.
Sign up right now, right after this show.
About the show too.
But we also have, let me add this, I know y'all, we got stuff to do and all that thing, but let me add that we know from our analysis that more than half of our readers are out of state. And sometimes even out of the country, just like your listenership on this show.
Right.
And so you can subscribe, you can get it, you can go on in the newspaper, and you'll see how you can get a subscription. And I know a lot of people don't like to pay for news, but it's going to be worth it. It's not that expensive. So you can subscribe if you're in D.C. or New York or
There you go.
wherever you are.
And we got them. They on
Yeah.
here and they
Yes.
live. So y'all
Yes.
hear that, Mississippi?
I think the reason why
Florida.
they have those so many out of town is because of the following that you guys have built all the years. Everybody
exactly.
knows who the Eagle is, but sometimes the connection's just tough to get there because
Right.
access.
And we have a dynamic, as Charles and Damali know, a dynamic Tulsa diaspora.
Right.
Folks
Absolutely.
who are kind
Yeah.
of all over, and they want to read about a little bit from home.
Yeah,
like
what
us.
happened at home,
So,
yeah.
so we want to provide them that too.
Look,
Yeah.
Damali, they put me and you in the Eagle, and I got that paper. It sit at the edge of my desk.
I
So
know,
every time
right?
somebody come in, I be like, yeah, that was yesterday. That was yesterday's article. Then they look at the date. I be like, don't look at the date.
2021.
2021,
It's time
2022.
to bring y'all back in the paper too.
Okay, I
Yes.
appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you for your diligence. Thank you for your professionalism. Whenever we out at different events, I look across the room. I know he's somewhere, Damali. He be
Yeah.
I see you over there, Gary Lee. I know that we're going to be representing the right way, because some papers, they don't really give the narrative that we're looking for sometime in our community. And what I love about Gary, he looks for truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He makes sure his facts are right and all of that stuff. So I'll say that's what I appreciate most about the Eagle, is when I get it and read it, man, I know how this man does his homework, and I
Exactly.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I think for me it's the longevity. It's just being around for so many years. I mean, it's easy just to throw in the towel and just say, you know what,
I'm
nobody,
let JB put
everybody's
your camera
going.
on you first. I don't
Oh.
want you they think you
Oh,
buried.
everybody's going digital, so we're not going to do this print. But there are some folks in community who want to actually hold that paper in their hand. And so just to be able to have both options is amazing, and just to be still around. And I think what is the paper's $1
It's
to
a
get.
dollar, yes.
Oh my
$1,
gosh,
100
$1.
pennies.
It's like, yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
I remember when the newspaper used to be a nickel.
Don't start.
Let's do this, because what I realize is we can keep you here forever, but
Yes.
we can't.
Yes.
But, man, we got people local, national, and international, and I like to keep people encouraged, man, because we're just living in a time when things are crazy.
Right.
This 2024 is about to be crazy, so y'all stay tapped in with the Eagle.
Absolutely.
And follow us, because, man, we want to make people keep their mental state, Damali,
Yes.
good and all of that.
Yes.
So any final thought for the people, Gary?
Just thank you for having me. Tune in to the Eagle. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and keep listening to news that you can use.
Okay, good
Just
job.
like y'all. We're going to take a real quick break. Thank you again. Nothing but love for our friend, Mr. Gary Lee from the Oklahoma Eagle. Get your copy. Go to those digital platforms. We're going to take a picture. We're going to post everything. So y'all go follow that. This is KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development. News you can use. Charles and Damali. We finna get into a little business. This media
Yes.
business word next. Y'all stay locked in. We'll be right back. Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947. The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the Event Center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Hey, this KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News you can use, man. Gary Lee hit a home run.
Yes,
with the Oklahoma
absolutely.
Eagle.
Absolutely. You know what? I'll always appreciate, and we always talk about supporting, black-owned business and local business right here in community. That's a prime example of one that we should all be supporting, and making sure that we are contributing, not only providing content,
Right.
but actually checking out the content that's contained within the Oklahoma Eagle. So we are very appreciative of the Goodwin family and their family legacy.
Yes.
That they've, and the foundation that they've laid for black media, so we're very appreciative of them. And now we have another special guest when we're talking about media. So this is
This is the one you want to get your thinking cap on, get
Right.
your on your iPad, get
Right.
your notepad out, the stuff you keep your little notes on and all that good stuff. We're
yeah,
gonna
I
get
don't
to
think
the
we
good
planned
stuff.
this for this to be Media Day, but it just worked out. So we're
It
so
be-
excited
it be like
about it.
that.
But so today, who is our next special guest?
You got it written down on your paper.
I thought you were going to do it. Okay, so today we're going to talk about and give a couple of business tips, and we have none other than Ken Rushing, who is the founder and CEO of Grindaholic Media Group out of Oklahoma City, and he actually came down the Turnpike to come and hang out with us for a little bit. How are you?
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Hey, all is good.
Yeah.
Test.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
there
There you
we
go.
got it.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Got
That sound like he from the rap.
I know, right?
I know. I said test. The microphone check 1, 2. I saw that.
What's going on, y'all? It's a pleasure and honor to be here.
Man, let me say
Yes.
it's always good when Tulsa and Oklahoma City get
That
together
part,
and
that
a
part.
microphone. It's
Yeah.
always good.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we'll kick off because we got so many people on. There's more people popping in. Tell the people just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Ken Rush, and I am the founder and CEO of Grindaholic Media Group. We specialize in creative marketing solutions. Basically, we help you go from unknown to unforgettable.
Come on. I like
Okay.
that.
Yes.
So you know, we in the day and age where content is like everything.
Yes.
So we make sure that we put the sizzle
Yes.
so people can't forget about you, because you know it's hard to stand out in a saturated market now. You know.
Absolutely, because everybody is on social media. Everybody has a digital footprint. Because in today's age, if you don't have a digital footprint, you don't exist.
Right.
So you got to find creative ways to make you stand out. And I can say that for us personally, our first interaction with you was you did a sizzle for us.
Right.
For our NYCU.FM
Yes.
radio station. And man, when I saw it, I was like, who is this guy?
And
I
I'm gonna
was
tell
like,
you,
man.
and I can tell you what happened because everybody know that JB Smooth is beast mode.
Yes.
When it come down to the
Beast.
things that we
Yes.
do, he been running with us since we hit the ground. So it's nothing but love and appreciation. But we came to JB and said, 2024, we giving them more. And then JB said, I got just the man. He threw papers everywhere. He started running through the building. When he came back, he said, I got something. When all the dust cleared, Damali,
Right.
he said, I got Grindaholic.
Yes.
I know you don't know,
Yeah.
but you're about to be up on it. He made a phone call. We connected.
Man.
And JB, if he say something, you can sign off on it and
Yeah.
say, man, we need a sizzle to let these people know who we
Let me
are, what
let me
we
give you a
gonna
little
do.
backstory
And
on
he
SB. I'm just on
killed it. Just a little
Ken.
something for the
Okay.
people.
Just real quick, it was May 2000, summertime 2000. I had just started working in radio.
Yeah, that was a long time
And,
ago.
Another artist from Oklahoma, Isco Say, had threw this big summer festival in
Right.
Tallahassee, Oklahoma, which is between here and Muskogee.
Right.
And me and him met, man, and we've been brothers since that day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've been real tight, doing business together, elevating each other, uplifting each other. He's a heck of a motivational guy. And of course, he used to be an artist. And I say used to be. I'm not taking nothing from him, but he transitioned. I think he transitioned from being an artist and having to
Right.
be the creative, having to be the
Right.
manager, having to be the artist, having to be all aspects of what it takes to be successful. Because he had I'm not going to take this away. He had a very successful career in music in Oklahoma. And this guy, I have to give him his flowers. He is a staple in the Oklahoma sound because he is one of those producers of some of the biggest songs to come out of the state of Oklahoma.
Wow.
From the Boppers on the Floor, Where Were You, just to name a few. His catalog is deep, and I'm trying to get him to release this new single
he holding on to it.
with Zap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he just won't release it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get him to come back to the artist side, but the business is so good.
You forcing my hand, JB.
There
Right,
it is. See how-
right.
you see
And
how
he
he
put
do
it
it?
out there in the
Before the world.
airwaves.
You
You
see
know what
how
I'm
he
saying?
doing it?
Yeah, putting you on the spot.
I mean, such a talented guy, and he
appreciate
has been nothing but excellence ever since the day we met, and it's always been business first,
Yeah.
then fun.
So you come from a family of folks that actually perform.
Yes,
You want to
yeah.
speak on that just
Yeah,
a little
so-
bit?
So to be clear, I was born in Tulsa,
Yes.
raised in Oklahoma City,
Okay.
born
Okay.
in St. John's.
Okay, me
Medical
too. St.
center,
John
yeah.
babies right
So
there.
I was raised in Oklahoma City, but this is always my second home.
Right.
And a lot of people may remember Bo Diddley.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my uncle. Rest
Uh-huh.
in peace.
Yes.
Okay.
And now we have T-Rush.
Yes.
That's when you said that. That's the first thing I
Yes.
thought on
Cousin.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Is about
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's my baby kinfolk.
Yes.
Family. So we got a lot of people in the family. Uncle Bo was he was the original Grindaholic. He did music, played instruments, sung, had clubs, did photography. I
Yeah.
think he fixed refrigerators.
Wow.
So what you're
I mean,
saying
he had
is
multiple streams of income.
he the
Yes.
GOAT. He
That's
the
it. That's
greatest
it.
of all time. That's what he is. I got
Absolutely.
you. I got you.
Absolutely.
Man, it's
Yes.
crazy that you when you say that, JB, you come here in 2000. I like to say stuff where it just sounds a little more. That's like a quarter century. Y'all
Yeah,
been knowing
it
each
is.
other.
Yes.
So how has it been for you with the experience towards JB? Because JB kind of gave a snippet of how it is with y'all connecting towards you, but how is it from you towards JB?
He's a brother. You know, when I first met him, I mean, he was just a passionate guy about what he did. He reached out to me. He was consistent, stayed on my helmet about, hey, building relationships. He was real intentional about building relationships and letting me know, like, look, man, I'm authentic. I ain't one of these other guys you think that's just wasting your time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So he's just always been a genuine, down-to-earth brother, always opened up doors for me. And he was really one of the main reasons that my music cracked, because he broke it in the club, and the radio program director caught wind to it, and then it went from there to the stations, and it was just like a wildfire. So he had a lot to do with me being a name, household name out here.
Can we put the number out there on how many CDs you've sold today, independently?
Independently, probably about close to 500,000, half a mil.
Yeah,
you know.
independently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, we talking over 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years collectively. And I mean, it ain't no secret. Music is what got me here. It's
Sure.
in me, not on me. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Right.
But what I love about it is, I was able to have some success, not sell my soul, not get
Yeah.
caught up in
Yeah.
all the dark side that goes into things. Now, I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
But I started to realize there's a common theme with needing marketing and promotion.
Right.
Not only musicians and artists, they suffer from a lack of, branding, marketing,
Yes.
promotion.
Yes.
And then also businesses. As I started transitioning and started running my own company, I started to realize, okay, well, you got to do the same thing. Okay, this is business, music, it all started to make sense.
Thing, right?
So now, my goal is to help people be the superstars in their business.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we still work with musicians and artists as well. So
How much did you take from your own experience or the history of being out there, where even yourself, you go like, man, I wish I had me back in the day to help me
Right.
with this. So how much of your own experience go into what you provide for clients now?
everything, because I've been there. I know what it's like to not have a budget. I know what it's like to have to wear 17 hats. That's what grindaholic originally come from. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know what it's like to be addicted to the grind, trying to make things work, but I also know what it's like now to grind for a purpose. You
Let
know?
me ask, what do you do? Because I think this is true, because we have an event center, we do so much stuff, but you deal with what you call the starving artists.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that, man. People out there, they are grinding, they are trying to get it in, but we see them come to the event center, man. You see people, man, they got a carpool, they caught the bus up, they doing that. So how do you even meet people like that halfway just to help them to get going?
Well, it starts with a vision.
Right.
You got to have a vision, you know,
Yeah.
and it don't matter what nobody think about it, what nobody say about it. If you believe it and God gave you that vision, then you got to move on it. That's your assignment. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that as long as you have that, if you believe it, you can do the impossible. You just
Right.
have to believe it. You know, everybody got to start from somewhere. The biggest thing that I had to learn is clarity. You got to know where you want to land. You know what I mean? Because once you know where you want to land, I mean, a lot of us, we take off.
Right.
We just get in the air.
Man,
And then we run out of gas in midair, and then it's
time to
you-
crash.
Yeah.
you don't.
You
You,
got no
just got to
choice.
brace yourself. It happens to the best of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? But once you know where to land, and you start to align yourself with where you want to land, it makes the flight a lot smoother.
Man, I think that's absolutely correct. Now, let me ask you this. So what do you, if I say you specialize in this with your media thing, because media goes across.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's broad.
Yeah.
But if you, man, there's so many people listening in, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have a question, man, to put it in there, don't be shy. I'll say it. But what do you like specialize in? Meaning, if you're doing this, in this industry, you need to knock on my door. But of course, if it's kind of outside of that scope, I still can get you. But this is my sweet spot.
Right. So the sweet spot is content creation.
Yes.
You know, in a nutshell.
That's the big thing.
Marketing, branding, I mean, it's all kind of under the same umbrella. We do video, website design, and strategy. What makes me different being the creative director is I'm not just a creative. And the team I work with, we're not just creative, I'm a strategist as well.
Got it.
So it's one thing to create something pretty, but if it doesn't do the job,
Right. It's pointless.
it is.
Yeah.
You know
half
what I
the
mean?
battle.
So we like to do a deep dive into your company, figure out and assess what your goals are, and then come up with a strategy to make sure we're putting the right content together with the right message, with the right audience, and before we put it in flight.
Right.
Man,
right. I
that's-
love
So
Man, Damali, we got to find a way to we got to kidnap him, man. We
I
can't
know,
let him
right?
go back
That's
now.
what
He
I'm
was
saying,
born in
what?
Tulsa, man. Don't forget about St. John's. Where you
That's
going?
right. Yeah. That's
But what you have is just so needed here.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's the biggest gap, Damali. We deal with so many people, and the biggest thing is they just can't get out.
Well, and I think that it's too that, getting the message to the people that you're trying to serve, I think is probably the most difficult thing, because when you're out here boots on the ground, grassroots, you're just thinking about, I need to do this work, but you also need people to hear about the work that you're doing.
Right.
And see it in the most productive light so that you can, lock in funders and, supporters and volunteers and all of that to help you do the work.
Right.
And I think sometimes that's the part that we miss,
Right.
because we're just focusing on the work. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like you said, we're not worried about where we're landing.
Man,
We're just like,
I'm
we just
trying
got
to
to
get
take
off
off
the
and get in
ground.
the air, and we'll figure that out further on down the road.
Can I ask you what part of the business do you like the most? Is it the graphic design? Is it the websites? Is it the video production? The behind the scenes? What part of it is? I mean, which one drives you?
I like seeing people come from the bottom, from the
Man.
ground up.
Yeah.
It's cool to root for the winning team, but to create the winning team,
Ty,
it
come
says
on
a
now.
lot about
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much the destination, it's really about the journey and who you become on the way.
Yes.
That's more valuable to me. So I think what I find fulfilling is seeing people go through that transition. And I like to work with purpose-driven people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Man.
I don't, that is
Yeah.
So all you underdogs.
Dope.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Groundaholics say, bring me all the underdogs.
Yes.
Because we going to come out on top. I love an
love it.
underdog myself. So let's do this. People like, man, I done heard enough.
Yeah.
Man, how do I get this process started? How do I get connected?
Well, you can reach out online. Go to grindaholicmedia.com. That's GRINDAHOLIK media.com. Sign up. If you got a project that you want to submit, get a quote for, just hit get started
I like that.
and sign up to our newsletter. And we send out tips every month about how to take your project to the next level. And I will say this: a lot of people struggle with two things, right? When it comes to marketing and branding. A lot of people, they look for brand awareness. They want people to know what they do,
Right.
but they don't have good brand positioning. So what you got to understand is the brand positioning always comes first.
Oh, wow.
So every move that you make, every touch point, every media piece that you put out, it needs to make sure that it increases and strengthens your brand positioning. Because once the word gets out and everybody gets back to you and they start researching you, if it don't look right, it ain't gonna cook right.
Break down brand positioning just a little bit further.
Okay, I'll give you an example. So imagine stepping in the grocery store.
Right?
You got to get some cereal.
Right.
Okay, you go to the cereal aisle. You see one big yellow box that says great value, and you see one box that says Frosted Flakes. Depending on what's in your mind about these two, which brand looks stronger?
Right.
I'm going with Frosted Flakes
Okay, and why? Why would you go with that one?
because me and Tony we homeboys and girls.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. So that's an example of brand position. The same thing. I mean, just think about ketchup. If you want some ketchup and you go and you see a package
Yeah.
that's in a Ziploc bag with some ketchup in it,
Right.
that weakens your brand position.
Exactly. Nope. Not gonna go.
And I also leave you with this: a lot of people get brand misconstrued. Your brand is what people are saying about you when you're not in the room.
That part.
Man, come on.
So if you're ever trying to figure out
Yeah.
what is the difference between marketing and branding, Branding is what they saying about you when you're not in the room. What did they say about you?
Right.
What are people when it's the story that they tell themselves about your product, your service? That's what your brand. It's not what you think it is, but you can build it to have a stronger position.
Yeah.
And
I
marketing
love that, yeah.
for the people that's a little confused about marketing. Marketing is simply the message. It's the message that you give to make people aware.
Hold
that
up,
you
hold up,
exist.
hold up, dog. Hold up.
What's up,
You
bro?
giving them a little bit too
Now,
much.
that's good stuff. He
You
give
giving
that.
them a little too much because no, listen. You got to go in if you need these services, you got to go and sit down one-on-one with him, and he drove way down
JP
here
do
to
the
hang
same
out
thing
with
to
us.
us. He be like, pull back.
Well, but I think that's the beauty
Nah,
of this show.
it
is
is.
You give some basic little nuggets.
Gotta give
you
them
know.
something they can use.
Yeah. So now I understand why I need to go see you.
Right.
You know. So now it makes sense to me. Like, man, I'm sitting here listening to him say these things that I never even thought about. Man, I'm gonna have to go on ahead and go on to grindaholic.media.com
Yeah.
and
Right,
check
to get
this
in
dude
there.
out. You
And
know, so I can get in there.
If anybody doesn't know what, like Damali said earlier, he did produce our new imaging that you are seeing this
Right.
year.
Our sizzle, yeah.
We she said, and Charles said, we stepped it up year by year as we progressed as a team and a radio show. We have tried to elevate the level in which you see it,
Right.
and it's only gotten better and better. Would you say
Absolutely.
so, Sanders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
looked at it. I said, they didn't do one for the police report.
We gonna do it. It's
One
coming.
coming soon.
All right. No, and I can say, and I just want to say this because, man, like our testimony to it, because I know there's a lot of people listening in. A lot of people always asking us, what are you guys doing in this? And a lot of stuff is just being connected.
Right.
Like
Partnerships.
JB. And now we here with Grindaholic, and we just said, let's just roll this out there. And response was crazy
Yeah.
of what we got. And now I felt like we would do a disservice to try to explain who you are and what you do. So I told people, stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll have them on news.
And
you
I
can
think
use
that
and you
it's
can see.
important too that, you know, one of the things that we do intentionally is we support black business.
Right.
You know, we hear all the time that, oh, there's nobody in community that does this, or there's
That,
nobody in
right.
community. There are people all around. You just got to have the right touch point. You know, there are people all around that do whatever it is that you need to do. And they do it with excellence. And so if you see our sizzle, it's done with excellence. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes black business gets a bad rap. Right? But there are so many people out here that are doing such amazing things. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all having me.
And we're going to be punting more business your way. Trust and believe that.
So before you go, man, we always tell people, man, we want people, one, to connect with you, but always, well, one, it's one more thing, Damali, is are you cool to do stuff local, national, and international?
Absolutely.
So it don't matter what
Oh,
level.
we worldwide.
Worldwide.
Okay.
So I want to get
That's what I'm
that
saying.
out the
Yeah,
way.
love it.
And we only got about 15 minutes on the show. Can you hang around?
Yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
going to do some
Love
hot
it.
topics,
Let's
some
do
little
it.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we don't have to do no sign off yet. We'll
Yeah,
let him hold
yeah,
on
yeah.
to his final thoughts for you. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into these hump day hot topics. KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development. News you can use. We just Grindaholic on y'all. We'll be right back. Picking Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Hey, we're going to drop that Hump Day Hot Topics real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
But until then,
Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey,
Guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike. It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on News You Can Use.
Mike. You know, that's today.
We are back. Let's jump into these Hump Day Hot Topics.
Okay, Hump Day Hot Topics. Number one, we want to send out a huge congratulations to now head football coach Dan Bitson. Dan was actually my classmate. We actually graduated Booker T together.
For real?
Absolutely. And he actually was there when we were at the height of winning, championships at Booker T. Also, I remember that Dan was in a really bad car wreck.
Oh, man.
Back in like 1989, he was on his way to the NFL, on his way to, he was playing in college and all of that. And they thought he was not going to be able to walk again.
Wow.
And so to me, this has kind of come full circle because he didn't get the opportunity to maybe get in the league and do some of the things that he wanted to do, but he did get the opportunity to go and be a coach, and now he's gonna come back full circle. So he's back at the Hive. So congratulations, Dan. We're super excited for you, and to find out that news.
Shout out to you, Dan. And they say, man, your life is your testimony.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The story didn't stop there. What you think about that, Senator? Because I know McClain and Booker T.
Well,
get it on.
I just want to say this. I'm congratulating to Dan Benson, but he also, but he was first when he first got back. He was a coach at McLean. He was the head coach at McLean High School.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
There you go.
Before he went back to TU and helped coach.
And
I think they made the playoff a couple times. He did a real good job over there at McLean.
Yeah.
Before he left to go to TU.
Yeah.
Love to see a brother doing good, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Dan. Keep doing your thing. Quick one. We're going to see what them Hornets going to do. I'm coming out there for homecoming.
Right.
I want to see what's happening.
He's going to make a difference. Trust and believe. Hey, so have you guys heard about the weather in California and Nevada?
Let JB put this.
This is crazy.
I just heard they were sending a bunch of hay out there. Is that true?
I don't know about hay, but I know that they got.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on with the hay. I'm talking about the fact that they got 10 feet of snow.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Did y'all? They're having blizzards.
Northern California, it snows.
Blizzards. They're having hurricane type winds, 170 miles per hour. I'm like, it's going nuts out here. I mean, this is global warming, something. I don't know what's happening with, but this is crazy.
This is kind of scary, but we're a long way away from it. Never rains in Southern California.
No. Don't get it twisted. No. Southern California weather is always beautiful, but in the north, you start going into mountains,
right,
and a higher elevation, and the weather is totally different.
Yeah.
From after you leave L.A.
Yeah.
Going north on 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're subject to run into all types of weather.
Man,
well, I can just tell you this. From me, if you talking about 10 feet of anything,
man,
I'm over
tough.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Water, snow, it don't matter.
And the one thing about California, everybody got a cousin in California for some reason.
Yep.
Trucks stuck for days.
Yeah,
that's snow.
Yeah, just stuff.
Man,
highways shut down. It's been crazy.
Well, prayers for our West Coast family then, man. Y'all be careful out there, man. Prayers going out to y'all because, man, that's a lot
to be dealing with. Okay. All right, yesterday was Super Tuesday.
I know, man.
And I reserved my comments about this presidential election.
For right now?
However, yesterday was Super Tuesday, and the thing about Super Tuesday is it typically sets the pace for who the candidates are going to be in the Republican Party as well as the Democratic Party.
Right.
So yesterday, Donald Trump was actually leading the way. He actually got 995 delegates for yesterday, and actually these results are as of 4 o'clock this morning. So, of course, they're still counting, and they may be done by now. I don't know, but I hadn't checked since then.
I got to give Haley her props, though, man.
She gave him a run for her money.
Giving him a run. In some places, she was scoring as high as 40% of the vote.
Right.
I think it wasn't enough to really just put a dent in Donald Trump's support.
Yeah.
But the real problem is, from what I hear, that neither one, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, have enough support to win the delegate votes.
So you're absolutely correct. So in order to win the nomination for the Republicans, it requires 1,215 delegate votes.
1,215, yeah.
Right. And Donald Trump only had, as of 4 o'clock this morning, 995.
Yeah.
President Biden, and as far as to get the delegate votes on the Democratic side, you need 1,968.
Right.
He only has 1,497.
You know what they
as
do?
of 4 this morning.
That kind
he
of goes.
he doesn't have anybody running against him like
Well,
Trump does.
He did have 2 people running against him, but it's like they are non-factors.
Man, you're sitting president.
Yeah, they're
It's
totally
pretty tough.
non-factors.
Let me do some quick shout outs, man. I didn't forget about y'all on the live. Malcolm Williams, welcome to the show. Turl C. Davis.
Oh, hey.
Kansas
how are you,
City, what's
Charles?
going on? Welcome to the show. Mr. Energizer said, I did my local voting here in Arkansas as a bipartisan.
Right.
A non-bipartisan, but I
Right.
think he meant on that. Man, that's kind of, you know what? This presidential race, this is my take on it still. I don't like Trump or Biden. I need some younger people running for president. Do you have to be 80 heading to 100 to run for president?
And the problem is
Golly.
Donald Trump is the only guy running for president that's been convicted of a felony.
Right.
I haven't
crime.
gotten past the insurrection. You done killed a police officer, so I'm
Yeah,
just thinking
yeah,
okay,
like why?
people have a right to vote and do what they want, and I don't get into politics like that.
Right.
What we do on News You Can Use just give you information.
Right.
And you can go make your choice. But I'm just saying, both are presidents, they can barely walk. Donald Trump doesn't fail 4 times. Biden, he can barely walk. I'm like,
4
we can't
times.
get back to like a Obama. I mean, he don't
Right.
have to be up, but just
John F. Kennedy.
with some energy and some strength.
I take
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton right now.
I'm gonna let y'all tap in. If you want to tap in, what y'all think?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the same way. I think they're both too old.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, they forget speeches and all that kind of stuff. You know.
The Speaker of the House,
Right.
he just sitting there for like a minute
Yeah.
and saying, I'm like, what are we doing
Right.
in the United States? We can't get, what you think about that, Grandma?
Sometimes I don't know if I'm watching AI,
Yeah.
AI generated image or what. It's just
Right.
it's comical to me.
Yes.
I think we definitely need some young energy.
Yes.
But whoever's gonna do the right thing, do right by the people.
That's right.
That's
That's
the main
most
thing.
important.
Mo-
Old or young.
Yeah.
Doing right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the main
do right
thing.
by the
but
people.
what about you, Damali? You cool?
I know I'm not. Yeah, we need some younger blood, and I'm with you. But obviously you see how holding that office affects presidents. Because when Obama got in, he was totally black-headed. By the time he left, he white-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he was
So
a gray head. He
yes.
salt and pepper all the way. Do you think it's you so old because it's like a wait your turn type situation?
I think so. I think that there's a lot that you have to do to build up to
Right.
that office, and there's a lot that you have to within the political party. And so it just so happens that that's what happens. I think maybe you need to start younger. Maybe you start at 30 or something, and by the time, you get there. But yeah, it's just,
And to me, it's obviously kind of like one side of it is more about business, and one side of it is more about the social norms.
Right.
It's kind of how I look at it. Like if you're in the business where you want to get paper, and you going with Trump. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get my paper up, trying to get my coins,
Right.
because you know what comes with that.
Yeah.
On Biden's side, it's more social, man. If you're struggling, you're trying to get out, some of those things, healthcare,
Right.
education, that stuff is what I'm thinking he's running on.
What
but-
do you say to the person that I was in Tennessee a couple weeks ago, and I had a lady sitting at the bar. She was like, "I love Donald Trump, but he's just destroyed our party. But he sure did do well with the economy." How
That's
do you,
money.
Is it go back to the money?
That's
Or is it
money.
relationships.
But the problem with money is 1% of it's like the wealth is within 1% of the economy.
Right.
That's the problem. 1% holds all the 1% holds all the wealth. So that's how, to me, it feels like you're not building your country the right way, because that means money is power.
Right.
You know what I mean? So everybody's kind of powerless. So it's just a big, like the middle class is kind of done gone away. So you either rich
yeah.
or
Or
you're
you're-
poor.
The
Middle
haves
class is
and
struggling.
the have-nots.
That's
The
right.
have and have nots.
I think we need a hybrid, somebody that really understands
Come on.
business,
Exactly.
and still has that, still has character.
And I'll say
And integrity, yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
say
I'll elect you and Charles then, because Charles will be
Oh,
you
this
be
is
the
my-
vice president, and Damali be the press secretary, and
Hey, we can
security
work
right here.
right. And I'll
got it
think
solved right
I'll
here.
think like with Trump, like the business stuff, because we are in business, all
Right,
of us.
right.
That makes more sense to us.
Right.
That's just business. But how do you treat people? So
Right,
for me,
right,
it
right.
seemed like when Trump was in office, for me or a lot of people that look like me, you just kind of felt a little unsafe. A little bit. That's just me personally. With Biden being in office, you feel safe, but you might be losing on the back end with your money and everything. So it's just one of those
It's
weird
leadership.
Yeah,
shit.
just a weird.
Yeah, leadership to do the right
I think-
anything.
I think with the gray, they say when the gray comes, that's the wisdom. They say that's the sign.
Hey.
Of, so I think Obama he had to really be wise,
Right.
to be able to hold that type of stress,
Yeah.
and come come out with a smile. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
I know.
Yeah.
So he's still my top president of all time. And it's not even just because he's black. It's because of the job he did, the way he represented, the way he articulated stuff, the way he did
Yeah.
the family thing, and he never was into no scandals. It's like now you can have crimes, you can say this, you can do anything,
Right.
and
And
still
it doesn't
be. But it
matter,
seemed
yeah.
like the standard that Obama was held at, and he held it. Man, we can't think of one thing he did wrong
No.
for 8 years. So, man,
What
what we
the
got
biggest
now?
thing was where's his birth certificate from?
It do look like Donald Trump could be the next president, though. Damali, how you feel about that?
No, you say no. No, he's not.
I mean, I'm just saying it's possible.
I don't think he beats. I don't think he beats Joe Biden.
Man,
I just
don't
don't
think
think that
again.
the country's going to stand for it.
Yeah,
You know,
that
at
was
the
just
end
too
when
much.
it comes down to the
Yeah.
to the grassroots of things. You know.
Yeah.
the reason why I say that because I don't think that they even wanted Trump when he got in the first time. I think it was such hate
was
for
just a-
Ob-
he was
Hold
a better
on,
two
hold up,
evils,
hold up.
yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I think the hate for Obama and Hillary was
Right.
enough to say we'll take. You see, it just swayed us to go
Oh, yeah.
extreme.
A black
Yeah.
a black man and a white woman running the White House. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
They wasn't ready for that at all. But anyway, let's just say we not about politics on here. We just kind of kicking things around. So don't y'all jump up here and say no crazy stuff.
I know.
You do your homework. And for us, look, all these presidents forever, I don't know what has really changed in any of our community.
Right.
We have to get
In
in there
our
and get it
lives.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So whether Democrat or Republican, that's how I personally feel. Nobody has really
Listen,
done
that's
right
why
yet.
you got names like Grindaholic. You know what I'm
We gotta
saying?
grind
We
it out
all
for
grinding it out.
ourselves. So
you
I
know,
think
so.
you focus on these state level, city level, focus on that stuff because
Right.
that's really what's going to change your
And of
community
course, we'll
anyway.
be coming back, with voting 101.
We gonna get
so
to
that
it.
yeah, we'll be coming
All right,
back.
let's
so.
switch gears because you see. We
All
on
right,
our
so here we
soapbox.
go. Black History Trivia. So our question was, who was the first African American law enforcement officer in the United States? Was it A, William B. Lindsay, B, Robert William Stewart, C, Samuel J. Battle, or D, William Johnson?
Who you got, Lieutenant Sanders?
Yep.
I'm going with Fred. I'm going D.
Okay. You going D?
Going with the signals.
All right. And what about you?
Anybody else going?
Keith? What do you think?
Woo!
which one was Battle?
Battle is C.
C. Okay, I will go with C.
You gonna go with
I want
C?
battle too. Look, Kool-Aid said, wasn't welcome to the show, Kool-Aid. Kenneth Kool-Aid Wood said he don't care if Joe Biden is in a wheelchair with ankle wraps on. He's still voting for him. He didn't say the ankle wraps. It just sounds good.
You play too much.
He said, well, with a Kango and some Lokes on.
Right.
And you know you got them Lokes on with that Kango, you in trouble. He's still getting
crazy.
the Kool-Aid vote. All right.
All
what's the
right.
answer?
So if you said B, which
Oh.
who said B? Nobody said B. So I
yeah,
got
Ali.
y'all. No, Battle was C.
Battle was C.
Battle was
AI,
C.
That was an AI generated answer.
I don't think none of us got it right last week.
Nobody got it right. Oh, I'm so happy I'm getting y'all this.
Y'all can start back Googling next week. Open book quiz.
Open book
test. For the next
All right,
month.
so Robert William Stewart is actually the answer. He was an American police officer appointed in 1886.
have to
Stewart
go
was
Google
the
this.
first black officer on the Los Angeles police force.
Man, on the Los
Yeah.
Angeles Police
Los
Force.
Angeles Police
Y'all got to
Force.
remember that. We got to post that. Man, these are things. What was it last week? It was the first African woman
Oh yes, first African American woman. She was a doctor.
doctor.
Yeah.
You said who was
So
the
it's a
first
doctor.
black police officer in the United States?
His name is Robert William
And I
Stewart.
thought it was Bass Reeves all this time. That's
No,
this
in,
time.
in Oklahoma.
oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah, she broadened it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I
So
learned something.
I did the United States.
JB,
Yeah.
give us some music. We got along. We need to be inspired and motivated. Our self-esteem needs to come up because we all got it wrong this week and last week.
Self-esteem.
Let's get through these upcoming events, man, for your listening ears. We got a lot of good stuff happening in the community, and you can't say you didn't know about it because you heard it right here on News You Can Use. Ernest Lynch, welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey. All right, so here we go. Are we ready?
Upcoming
Music?
events.
Upcoming events. All right, Uganda Missions. If you would like to sponsor a child's education for one school year, consider making a donation to World One Development in the amount of $250. If you would like to donate, you can do so at worldonedevelopment.com/Uganda-missions. The 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. If you're looking for a place to hold your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, community event, etc., then the 36th Street North Event Center is the place to call. We're also starting bingo and karaoke.
Hey, bingo. How you say it, JB? I didn't say it right.
Bingo!
That's when you know you done won.
Right. So we're telling everybody to warm up your voices and get your daubers ready. You can give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot.
Lieutenant Sanders, do you do karaoke?
No.
No, that's a no. What
no,
about
that
you?
would
You
be
do
a no.
karaoke?
No, I
Grind the
haven't, but I
Hall, you do
will.
karaoke? So,
I have.
you have?
You have?
My hand was forced.
Your hands are
your hand
forced
was
to
for-
it.
How did you do?
50 Cent in the club. I don't think I could have lost that one.
Oh, no,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You was ready.
got
You was
that.
ready
You
for
got
it.
that
Let's
all
do
day. All right. Greater Highway Deliverance Ministries is hosting their women's conference starting tonight. It's going to be at the Doubletree Hotel, 7 o'clock p.m. For more information, you can go to ghdministries.org. I got to tell y'all this. The church has convinced me to get into the women's choir.
Uh-oh.
Now y'all know I'm a shower singer. I'm Whitney Houston in the shower, baby.
Okay, when you
But
come out,
but
let's
tonight
take it down a little
I'm
bit.
gonna be on the stage. So we're gonna see how this
Well,
gonna work out.
give us a little la 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 la. Give us something.
No,
You gonna give a
not
nut?
without my backup.
Not your back.
No,
Keep
not
it
without the
going
backup.
then.
No, it's not gonna happen. All right, the pop-up comedy series presents Lavelle Crawford and Friends. It's gonna be happening at the 36th Street North Event Center, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. It happens tomorrow. So if you have not purchased your ticket, you need to go to popup.seatengine.com to purchase your tickets. General admission is $35. Reserve seating is $50.
That's a good ticket.
Yeah, that's a
$35?
really good ticket.
Lavelle Crawford? What
And
you think?
Friends.
And Friends.
Yeah. So we don't know who the friends are, but they're going to be funny.
Let's do it.
All right, Black History Saturdays is happening this Saturday, March the 9th. So if you have not signed up for Black History Saturdays, go to Black History Saturdays Facebook page or blackhistorysaturdays.com to sign up.
So in other states, y'all might only have Black History Month in February. We have Black History every month, all day, every day in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So sign up.
That's correct. Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity are having their inaugural formal fundraiser on March the 9th as well at the Greenwood Cultural Center. There's going to be food, a cash bar, and prizes for the best dressed male and female. We've posted their flyer because there's a QR code on their flyer that you need to use in order to purchase your ticket. Oklahoma Fatherhood Summit is happening for fathers, moms, and caretakers. It's going to take place on March 14th from 9 o'clock a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. at the Tulsa Tech Limley campus located at 3420 South Memorial Drive. They're going to have speakers, former NFL coach Sherman Smith and the founder and CEO of Helping Fatherless Women Heal, Candace Creer is going to be a speaker as well. Text SUMMIT SUMMIT to 918-922-9445 for a link to sign up.
You need to tell me about the food. Are they grilling or something?
I don't know about the food. He didn't. You need to call.
He said there will be food.
Okay.
There's gonna be food, but we don't
I'll
know
be
what it
there.
is. I think he's trying to trick you.
I think we got a grill master right here. I see a barbecue grill on
You see it?
the whole screen.
You see that on there?
I was looking at a
Sandra,
plate
you gotta
too.
show up.
Yes.
What's going on?
I
sir?
grab the meat, you grab the grill.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and next one, Joyful Movement, which is a program of Be Well CDC, is hosting Extreme Hip Hop with Philip Whedon. It's going to happen March 15th from 6 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. and March 16th from 4 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. at Crossover Community Impact, located at 1010 East 36th Street North. This is a free event. If you don't know
good.
about
Good
Extreme
moving.
Hip Hop, you better ask somebody.
Get your dance on. Get
Yes.
your hip hop. Get in shape, man.
Yes.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth for sure. Edurec is gearing up for its spring break camp, which is going to be happening March 18th through 22nd. This year's theme is the world around you. Campers are going to be learning basic survival skills. To sign up, go to edurectulsa.com/camp. We want to give a huge shout out to GKFF Best Program because they provided money so that we can scholarship all the kids for free. So you don't even have to pay this
You
year.
get to go to the best spring break camp in the whole city for free.
Yes.
So that's breakfast, that's lunch, that's activities, that's teachers, that's us, that's everything. We're going to have a blast. We'll see you kids there. Don't let them sit at home and eat up all your food.
Exactly.
For spring break.
Exactly. We don't want them to do that. And registration is going to close on Friday. So if you have not signed up your child before Friday, then you're not going to be able to get in.
I think my grandkids, they already signed up.
They already
Oh, they
in?
already signed up?
That's
Okay.
good stuff.
Make sure you tell me what their names are so I can double check.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, this is like our 10th year, so it's not something like we starting this year. We've
Right.
been doing this for years, so your kid will be safe
Yes.
and we'll have a great time.
And Lieutenant Sanders is probably going to drop by.
And he's going to be dropping by too.
Yeah.
Especially during lunchtime.
Right.
Right. Yeah. All right. The African Experience 2.0 is an educational fundraiser that's going to be happening on March the 30th at the 36th Street North Event Center. It's an all-white event with a splash of kente. We're fundraising to scholarship kids for summer camp and programming at EduRec, as well as some scholarshiping kids into Kamuli, Uganda schools.
Yes.
Last year, we were able to scholarship 70 kids into school in Kamuli, Uganda. So that's why we say we're local, national, and international, because we're working with other communities to do our part to help those communities.
Right.
This year's entertainment is going to be national artist Damola the violinist from
Man.
Lagos, Nigeria.
He is tough.
If you have not heard this
He is
brother, you
tough.
need to look him up on YouTube. I'm telling you, he is a cold piece of work. No donation is too large or small. For more information, you can message me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter. And you know, you guys, come on, let's support our youth. You know, the kids are our future. And whether they are here locally or internationally, they're still our future. Birthdays. Today, I'm so excited about this. Today is going to be, today is Gloria Grayson's birthday.
Shout out to
Kelsey
Gloria.
Davis.
Kelsey?
Kelsey's birthday.
I didn't know it was Kelsey's birthday.
And Oline Riley
And
has a
Oline.
birthday. And Isaac.
And my business partner down there in H-Town, Isaac, his birthday is today. Boy, that's a lot of family.
That's
That's
a lot
all
of people.
family right there.
Yes.
Happy birthday
Happy
to all of you.
birthday to you.
Yes.
Uh-oh, JB.
Right.
Happy birthday.
I knew when he took his
to
shade, he put his
Right.
shades up. I knew it was over.
It's over.
Hey,
And we also, on March the 8th, Teddy Kaperi over in Uganda. It is going to be her birthday. So happy birthday, Teddy, over there in Uganda.
happy
So-
birthday.
Can I just touch on two stories we forgot? Which one was super funny? Jason Kelsey, the brother of Travis Kelsey
Right.
of the Kansas City Chiefs. Jason plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Right.
He retired from football and he couldn't stop crying in his retirement interview, which was kind of hilarious because I don't even know why he announced in the offseason why he was retiring anyway. But it was just super funny. Now, this other story about Russell Wilson, his contract is dead.
Yeah.
He leaves the Broncos
Yeah.
with $85 million
Big ones.
in dead cap money. Now, everybody's talking about what is dead cap money. Charles, do you know what dead cap money is?
Dead cap money. No, I know he got money in the bank. That's what I've been looking at. The dead cap in the NFL, I don't worry about that. I know for them to let him go, they have to pay him his
The
money.
Broncos
Yeah.
traded a lot to acquire someone who they believed would be the franchise quarterback, and he just couldn't get it together. What do you say about to Russell?
You know, I don't know. I saw Sierra doing that move, and I said, "Oh man, that brother might be."
Don't bring
I'm saying
Sierra.
before
No,
Sierra
it
came.
ain't Sierra's fault.
That's
I
why
didn't
everybody
say-
wants to blame it on Sierra.
I didn't blame
Why?
Sierra. I was talking about the dance move.
They said she put that yop on him.
I didn't say nothing about none of that.
Y'all,
I'm just.
that's what I'm saying.
He just ain't
Y'all,
getting along with the coach.
Can I get some
Hold
girls in here to
on,
help?
Grinder Holler, go ahead, chime in. What you think, Russell Wilson? What do you think? What do you
It's a
think?
heavy side.
Because you
I don't
seen
know.
him when he was in Seattle and he was beast mode.
Yeah.
In Seattle, winning Super Bowls
I have to admit, I don't watch football.
like
don't?
that.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You never-
But everybody knows who Russell Wilson is.
Yeah.
well, not technically, but he jumped the broom. But when he jumped, he never did come down. Like his
I think
feet
he want to
didn't
spend
land.
more time at home. I think that's what it
That
is.
might be it.
I,
But
I
you
think,
got to-
I think it's Sierra.
You think
Man,
that's it?
I think it's Sierra.
What about you, Lieutenant Sanders?
It was something between him and the
Don't
coach.
do that.
Sanders gonna give us a real answer. Come on, Sanders.
I mean, it was between him and the coach and
think the
and,
coach?
and the ownership. Because they was winning. When they cut it, when they told him to sit on the bench, they won their last 6 games. But they wanted him to. He had a clause in there that they didn't want to pay, and they said, "Well, we just ain't gonna play you no more." And that's what happened.
Did it take him 2 or 3 seasons though to get it together?
He was only down there 2 years.
2 or 3.
2.
it was 2 years.
Okay.
It's all good, man. The NFL will be all right, man. They all got paper. They all got mansions and big cars. So
I think the
Russell.
question is, at the end of the day, how do you bounce back from something like that with, a team giving you away, saying, I don't do what you do? Is another team ever going to pick him up, though?
Ain't
If
gonna
I
pay.
got all my millions,
he got plenty of people on the pickup. I mean, he can still play the right situation. He good. You got to remember, he's a professional.
They say he might end up at
So
Pittsburgh.
consensus has it that it's not all about Sierra, contrary to popular belief.
y'all leave my girl
We
alone.
gonna leave. I love Sierra.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't said nothing.
All right,
All right.
so remember, if you want to get in contact with us, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's 36th Street North Event Center, World One Development, fitting back in, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center. Hit us up on any of those.
Just like Lieutenant Sanders, final thoughts for the people.
Everybody be safe. Don't be scared to look in your kids' room for stuff, because especially if they vaping and all that stuff, you want to make sure they're not doing that kind of stuff.
Grind the Hall, final thoughts, man.
Man, I just want to thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor. I want to send a shout out to everybody that has a business, a dream, passion, and hey, if you can do the unthinkable, you can do the impossible. So
let's do it. I like that. He be dropping them gems, dropping
I
them
know,
nuggets. All right, we got to go, y'all. But please consider donating to Eat Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eat Media Services to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. We moved on up, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
Thank you, Grindaholic. Thank you, Lieutenant Sanders. Thank you, Gary Lee, even though
Yes.
you're gone, and JB Smooth and
Yes.
Uncle Bobby.
Yes.
If you would like to advertise or promote your business or events on this show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Developments. This has been News You Can Use. World One Developments, News You Can Use. With your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to the station, organization, committee, or other individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 and Eaton Media Services. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
Later.
Have a good one, y'all.